I do what I've never done in the past, the likelihood of failure is high because it's the first time. It's outside of my comfort zone. It's natural, but that is a way of learning. The way to expand your comfort zone is to start doing things that are at the frontier, at the boundaries of your comfort zone. Start moving out the line, beyond the boundaries, beyond the limits. Start doing things you have never done before. This is how you expand your comfort zone. And successful people, leaders, high achievers, has this habit of constantly, perpetually, every day expanding their comfort zone by trying to do things they have never done before. And they understood and they understand also this: by doing something that I've never done before, it is obvious that the first time I would fail. And there is nothing wrong with that, because we learn new things by failing. Hi Facebook, hi YouTube, hi podcast listener. Here we are for another session. Is Zoe from Cameroon, your host. I'm always excited to be with you. You know that in this platform we share nuggets, wisdom, insight to help us achieve success, because we strongly believe that success is much more than money and stuff. All those things are great, but we strongly believe that success is about fulfilling what I call the intention of our creation, that is our purpose. And that is why one of the definitions I have here concerning success is that success is fulfilling the intention of our creation, that is our purpose, using our potential in a productive way. That is why we used to emphasize in this platform on personal growth, personal productivity, personal development, because we strongly believe that these are the linking points that will help us move from where we are right now to where we want to be in the future. And I'm excited to be with you today. And today I want to share with you on a topic that I call the two major fears behind procrastination. Yes, we want to talk about procrastination, the two major fears behind procrastination, and 10 ways to overcome it. You know, procrastination can be one of these main blocks that prevent people from reaching their goals and from achieving their dreams. Many people have many dreams. You have dreams in your heart right now. You have desires in your heart right now. But one of the things that is preventing you is procrastination, this way of postponing things that are important for your life. You know that this is important for me, this is important for my dream, this is important for my goal, this is important for me, the life I deserve to live, but you are postponing doing those things. And that is very, very dangerous. We used to say that people want to go to heaven, but they don't want to die. Or people want to be in good shape, but they don't want to exercise. They don't want to get into a good and healthy diet. People want stuff. People want a better life. People want to change their conditions. People want better results. And that is good. But where the rubber meets the road is the fact that those people, or many of us who want all those great things, are not willing to do what it takes to get there. And there, if you want to make the difference in your life, if you want things to change in your life, you have not just to be a dreamer, but you have to be also a doer. You have to be a hustler. You have to be someone who is ready to get into the trenches. You have to be someone who is willing to pay the price, because behind every great result, and you have to understand that behind every great result you want to achieve in life, there will be a price to pay. I remember that story in the book of life that I call the Bible. The Bible says that, the story says that Jesus had two disciples among many others, and one of them was John and the other was James, I think. And their mother came to see Jesus. She came to see him because she had a specific request to address to Jesus, to present to Jesus concerning her sons. And when she came to him, she asked him, I have a special request, and I want you, please, when you will come to establish your kingdom, I want my two sons to be on your left and on your right. I want them to be one on your left and one on your right. And Jesus looked at her and asked her something very important. He said to her, you don't know what you are asking. You don't really know what you are asking. Because it's not about the chair you want to sit on, or the throne you want to sit on, or the result you want to achieve, or the life of your dream you want to be able to manifest. He asked her, are you ready? Your sons, are they ready to drink the cup that is needed to sit upon these two thrones? And in those days, drinking the cup means to pay the price. Are they willing to pay the price to sit on the throne? Many people used to say that, no, it's not good to have great desires. It's not good to be ambitious. It's not good to dream for a better life. That is not an issue. Even Jesus didn't condemn that woman, that mother, because she wanted something better for her sons. No, he didn't condemn her for that. The thing that he pinpointed was the fact that it's much more about the cup you will have to drink, or it's much more about the price you will have to pay than this chair or the throne upon which you want to sit. It is much more about the price that needed to be paid than the result you want to get. And that is where the rubber meets the road. That is where the difference is made. People want a great life. People want a successful life. People want to live a life of significance, a life of abundance, but they do not understand that there will be a price to pay. And when you fail to pay that price, you will never be able to achieve something of significant value. Someone says to me one day, many years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, a friend of mine told me, behind every glory there is a story. Behind every glory, behind every great result, behind every achievement, there is a story. And that statement stayed with me till today. And he said to me, my friend, if you want the glory, if you want the achievement, if you are attracted to somebody's great achievement, don't focus just on the achievement, on the glory, on the success. But he told me, ask for the story, because there is a story. And many people don't want the story. They just want the glory. They don't want the journey. They just want the destination, the arrival. They don't want the direction. They just want the destination. But it doesn't work like that way. It doesn't work like that way. You will have to pay the price. And if you don't make peace with the fact that behind every story, every glory, every great achievement, every dream, there is a story of dedication, of commitment, of discipline, of failure, of rejection, of pushing through, of keep on keeping on, you will never achieve anything great. But it is your birthright to live a successful life. It is your birthright to lead a meaningful life. But Jesus asked that mother, he asked her, are they willing to drink the cup? Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to burn the midnight oil? Are you willing to be rejected? Are you willing to fail? Because all of those things are part of the process. You know, many years ago, I used to be some kind of perfectionist. And I used to say, no, it's not the good time to do this. I have to do this first. I have to do this first. But at the moment in my life, I understood that perfectionism was sickness. It was a way for me to protect myself from my fear of failure and my fear of failing. And it is very important for us to understand that procrastination is dangerous. Procrastinating on the important things you know you have to do to live the life of your dream, it is deadly. It is dangerous. It is harmful. And you have to change it today. And that is the purpose of this session, is to help you understand that if you need things to change, nothing has to change in the outside world. You have to change something. And the thing I want you to change through this session, it is habit of procrastination. You have to quit procrastinating. And one of the best ways to be delivered or to be set free from a bondage, from a bad habit or a bad attitude, is to understand why, the power of that bad habit, and how you can do to overcome it. First of all, I want to tell you, before giving you the 7 ways or the 7 things you can do to overcome procrastination, I want first of all to give you the 2 major fears. I strongly believe, I've seen it in my life, and I've seen it in the lives of all those I've trained and coached, and that I continue to coach. I've seen it in many examples. The 2 major fears behind procrastination, or behind everyone who is procrastinating, is first of all the fear of failure. That is the first fear. And the fact that people have this tendency of associating failing in something, in being a failure, makes that many people don't want to try to do something different, because to live the life of your dream, you will have to do something different. You will have to get out of your comfort zone. If what the life you want to dream was something common, then you will be not, it will be not important for you, or it will be not mandatory for you to do something that is outside of your comfort zone. So success or an achievement at their essence will ask you to do something out of your comfort zone. It means that you will have to do something new. It means also that the propensity, the probability, the likelihood of you failing the first time you do that is very high, but it's part of the process. But if you don't understand that it's part of the process, and you are overwhelmed by the fear of failure, you will be procrastinating, because people tend to procrastinate on things they anticipate they will fail in doing it. When you anticipate, and when you think, or when you have your self-efficacy is very low, it means that the confidence you have that you can do the job, you can do what it takes to succeed, you can overcome that obstacles. When that self-efficacy is very low, you will tend to procrastinate on that task, on that activity, because you believe that you don't have what it takes to succeed, you don't have what it takes to overcome the different obstacles and to go through all the different challenges and prevail. So that is very important. The fear of failure. The fear of failure. And the second fear is the fear of rejection. This is so powerful. One of the things that I've noticed in my life and when I coach and train many people is fear of rejection is very powerful. We are so conscious of what other people think about us that we are like freeze, we are frozen, this fear of other people's opinion paralyzes us because we are too conscious of their opinion. We want approval. We want to be approved by everyone. We want everyone to congratulate us, to support us, to be with us. That when we think that what I'm about to do can produce some frictions with my friends, with my family members, with those with whom I hang with, we tend to procrastinate. Those two fears are very powerful. And if you cannot get over them, you will never be able to overcome procrastination. And those two fears denotes or reveal two causes. The first one is a poor self-image. The idea you have about your capacity, about your ability, about your personality, your self-image, how you see yourself, influences your relationship with failure. And the second cause is self-esteem. When you have a poor self-esteem, it means that, because when we talk about self-esteem, we talk about how you value yourself. We talk about how you value and how you perceive yourself. And it has a tremendous effect on your relationship with rejection or with what other people think about you and about what you want to do. So if you don't work on your self-image and if you don't work on your self-esteem, you will always be a victim of procrastination. Because a poor self-image will lead you to the fear of failure, and a poor self-esteem will lead you to the fear of rejection. These are the two fears, the two major fears. There are other fears, of course, but I want you to pay attention to these two, because for me, they are too powerful. We are so concerned about what other people may think, and we are so concerned about the fact that there is a great probability for us to fail by trying or by going through this new direction that we know will lead us to the life of our dream. And you have to understand that it's important for you and I to overcome the fear of failure and the fear of rejection. Now, I want then to give you 7 things. There are many other things, but I want us to focus on those 7 that you can use to overcome the fear of failure and the fear of rejection. And I've told you the remedy, the solution for the fear of failure is to increase your self-image. The more you see yourself as a capable person, as a person who has what it takes to succeed, as a person who can figure out what to do, even if you fail, even if you fall, this will give you such a motivation, such an energy that will enable you to go through that new direction, knowing that even if I fail, I will get back up, I will stand up, I will come back on my feet, and I will continue, and I will figure out what to do. If you increase your self-esteem, you will no longer be trapped into this fact that you have to be approved by other people, because you see yourself as a person of value, you perceive yourself as a person of value, and it will have a tremendous effect on your self-love. You will be loving yourself more, and the more you love yourself, the more you value yourself, the more you esteem yourself, the less other people's opinions about you will matter. It is very important. So the two solutions that I'm giving you today, and I will be detailing them on these 7 things, are, first of all, work on your self-image. The idea you have about your capacity, about your appearance, about your personality. And second, work on your self-esteem. It will change you at the inside, at the core, and you will be somebody different. And it is very important. Now, let's get down to those 7 things I want you to understand. The first thing that will help you build your self-image and your self-esteem is, and it can seem obvious, but you have to listen to this: read great books. First thing, because whether it's our self-image or our self-esteem, all those two concepts come from the information we have been feeding ourselves with. And I used to say this, and this is very important to understand. The way you see yourself, the way you love yourself, the way you value yourself, the way you see things are just the reflection of the kind of information you have been feeding your mind with all your life. Because the information you let inside your mind will build and will influence your belief system. Your belief system will create your attitude. Your attitude will create your perception. Your perception will create your mental program. But it starts with the information, the thought you let inside your mind. The thought you are entertaining right now are in direct correlation with the type of information you have been letting inside your mind. That is why for me it's mandatory, if you want to take control, to take back the control of your mind, because when we talk about self-esteem and self-image, we are talking about things that are happening in the mind. And if you want to take back the control of your mind, first of all, you have to start feeding your mind with great information. That is why the first thing here is read great books. And I can add to that, listen to great audios. And I can add to that, watch great videos. Choose what you let inside your mind. You have to be selective, starting from today, about everything you allow to get inside your mind. Don't watch videos just for watching. Just don't listen to audios just for listening. Don't read books just because you have to read. Choose carefully, select according to the kind of image you want to build about yourself, the kind of person you want to see yourself as you are, or as you want to be. So read great books, listen great audios, watch great videos that will inspire you, that will show you how great you are, because you have greatness in you. You have been created in God's image, and you have to read books that will help you see yourself as this kind of person. Imagine yourself seeing yourself as God's image. You have been created in the likeness of God. He is creative, you are creative. He is powerful, you are powerful. He has strength, you have strength, because you have been created in His image. This kind of information you have to feed your mind with, and it will have a tremendous impact on the person you will become, or on how you will start seeing yourself. I wasn't that way. I wasn't the person I am today. I wasn't seeing myself the way I'm seeing myself today. But when I started selecting the kind of books, the kind of audios, the kind of videos I will be consuming, the information I got from those different materials completely changed my mind and helped me build a strong self-image and a higher self-esteem. And that is what you need. And that is why it is the first thing. The building blocks of our mind, it is the information, because those information we let inside create thoughts. Those thoughts create images. Those images create beliefs. Those beliefs create attitude. Those attitudes create perception, and so on. But the starting block, or the first thing, is the information. That is the first thing. The second thing is this: practice positive self-talk or positive affirmation. The person you will be talking with most of the time during your lifetime here on earth is yourself. Can you imagine that you speak more with yourself than with anyone else? When you are sit down, or when you sit down, when you are somewhere in a quiet place, when you are in a bus, when you are driving, when you are on the plane, when you are in your office, what is happening in your mind? You are talking to yourself. The person you will be talking to most of the time during your life here on earth will be you. And the person or the conversation that will impact your life more than any other is a conversation you have with yourself. You speak with yourself more than you speak with God. If you speak with God in prayer, you speak with yourself more than you speak with your spouse, more than you speak with your children, more than you speak with anybody else. Is that true? If it's true, leave in the comment section. Leave in the comment section true. You speak with yourself more than anyone else. And that conversation, it is the one who will change your life or will cause your life to be a great mess. So, practicing positive self-talk or positive affirmation is to take back the control of this inner conversation that is going inside your mind between you and yourself. And it is very powerful. The best way to build your faith in God, or to build your faith in yourself, or to build your faith in your capacity to succeed, is to take control and ownership of these self-conversations that are going on inside of you. And practicing positive self-talk is very important. I do it every day. And during my prayer time, during my meditation time, I used to speak to myself. For example, I am God's image. I'm successful. I'm powerful. Nothing that comes against me will succeed. That is self-talk. It's positive self-talk that reinforces the self-image I want to build about myself, the self-esteem I want to have. You have to use your mouth. It is very powerful. It is overwhelming and very frustrating when I see people use their mouth to destroy their life. Many people do not understand that in the beginning was the Word. The book of life says that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word and everything that was made, everything that has been created through the power of the Word. The Word is powerful. Your mouth is creative. Use it intentionally to build the kind of image you want to have about yourself, to build the kind of esteem you want to have about yourself. That is why the second thing is practicing positive self-talk or positive affirmation. The third thing is practice gratitude. That is very important. Many people are now filling the internet with the power of gratitude, and that is good. But one of the things that I want to emphasize here when I'm talking about gratitude, it is the fact that it will help you understand that you have something good also. Because people are frustrated because they think that they have nothing good can be found in their lives. They think that everything good is outside. Oh, they are great. Oh, they are beautiful. Oh, they are handsome. Oh, they are creative. Oh, they are intelligent. But when you will start practicing gratitude, you will understand that there are many things that you have. There are many great things that God did in your life, that God gave you. And you will start noticing that those things that you were looking at as nonsense or negligible are in fact very, very powerful. Do you know that your kindness is powerful? Do you know that this ability to wake up every morning is a grace? Do you know that this ability to walk with your hand is a grace? By practicing gratitude, it will help build your self-image and your self-esteem, because you will start noticing in your life and in your environment that you have been graced, that you have been favored, that you have something powerful, that you have something that many people will do everything they could to be able to get what you have. But many people, because they are not grateful, they don't practice gratitude, are in this mental state where they think that they don't have something good in their life. But I want to tell you, it is a big lie. You have many great things you can be grateful about. And by practicing gratitude every day, it will raise your self-awareness, and you will start becoming conscious of the fact that you are blessed with people around you, with things, qualities, skills, gifts, talents, and many other things. You are being gifted with your country, with your government. You will start seeing opportunities where other people are seeing obstacles. You will start seeing positive things where other people are seeing negative things, because gratitude changes our perception. That is very important. The fourth thing is learn the skill. When I'm talking about learn the skill, I'm talking about learn the skill in the domain where you are procrastinating. Because one of the causes of procrastination is the fact that people are not skillful. They didn't build the right skill to be able to handle the situation, to find the solution, or to get the right results. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. It's very important for you to understand, because people tend to procrastinate on the things they are not skillful for. Or people tend to procrastinate in domains where they have poor results. It's human. We are humans. When I have poor results in a domain, I will procrastinate in that domain, because none of us want to do something we are not good at. But when we know that we are good at something and we are powerful at doing something, we are not procrastinating, because your skill, your competency will have a tremendous impact on your capacity to do the work, or on you be a procrastinator. It's very important. That is why in that domain where you are procrastinating, invest your time, your money, your energy to learn that skill, because the more you will be learning the skill, the more you will build your capacity, because your level of proficiency will improve. And by improving your level of proficiency, you will start having more and more great results. And the consequence will be that those great results will build your self-esteem, and your self-esteem will have an influence on your self-image, and you will start seeing yourself as a person capable of doing what needs to be done in that domain to get the results. So that is why the fourth thing is learn the skill. Learn the skill. You cannot just dream. You cannot just see yourself as a great person. You cannot just read, or you cannot just practice. You cannot just practice gratitude. No, you have to build the skill. You have to learn the skill. You have to be skillful. You have to be proficient. You have to increase your proficiency in that domain, because the more capable you become in doing what needs to be done, the lesser you will be procrastinating. That is a fact. The fifth thing is this: change your perception about failure. Failure is part of the process. Failure is a way of learning. I told you this in the beginning of this video. The life you want to live, the dream you want to fulfill, is outside of your comfort zone. And because it's outside of your comfort zone, it means that you will have to do things you have never done before. And when you do start doing things that you have never done before, it is obvious that in the first place, the first time you will be doing it, or you will be doing them, you will fail. It's obvious. If I do what I've never done in the past, the likelihood of failure is high, because it's the first time. It's outside of my comfort zone. It's natural, but that is a way of learning. The way to expand your comfort zone is to start doing things that are at the frontier, at the boundaries of your comfort zone. Start moving out the line, beyond the boundaries, beyond the limits. Start doing things you have never done before. This is how you expand your comfort zone. And successful people, leaders, high achievers, has this habit of constantly, perpetually, every day expanding their comfort zone by trying to do things they have never done before. And they understand also this: by doing something that I've never done before, it is obvious that the first time I would fail. And there is nothing wrong with that, because we learn new things by failing. You learned mathematics by failing in the first place. You learned alphabet by failing in the first place. You learned economics, physics, chemistry, literature by failing in the first place. You didn't start reading the way you are reading today. You failed in the first place. But by failing, it was your way of learning. You learned to walk as a baby by falling. You fell, you were falling because you were trying to walk. It means that this is part of the process. We learn by failing. Failing doesn't mean that you are a failure. Failure means that you are in the learning process. You are trying something new. You are getting outside of your comfort zone. When you understand what is the real meaning of failure, it changes your perception. That is why I've told you that the fifth thing is about changing the perception you have about failure. Today, failure for me is just a way of learning. In the past, the first time I failed, if I tried something new and I failed, that's it, finished. It means that I'm not good at it. I will never try it. I will never try it again. But today, I've changed that habit. Today, for me, failing is an indication that there is something I have to learn. That is how you have to see failure. It means that there is something you have to learn. If you failed, it means that there is a path you don't know. Go, take time, learn. And the more you learn, the less failure you will experience, the less failure experiences you will have. It is very important. The sixth thing is understand that what people think is just an opinion. Let me repeat it. What other people think about you, about life, about Anything is just an opinion, because no one is God. I have this thing I used to say to people: don't allow anyone to put a limitation upon your life. Don't allow anyone to tell you what you can do or what you can't do, because no one ever created you. No, you have been created in God's image. God is your limit. People say that's the sky my limit. The sky is not my limit. God is my limit, because I've been created in his image. So I do not allow anyone to say to me, this you can do, this you can't do. Who are you to tell me that? And I want you to have the same mindset. Never allow someone to say to you what you can do. Many of you, you are stuck right now. You are frustrated now because people told you things and you accepted that as truth. These are just opinion. Do you know how many times many people, or do you know how many times people failed in predicting the future of others? Who are they to tell you how high you can go or how far you can reach? Who are they? They are not God. The only person that can limit you is yourself, by letting those opinions becoming for you a truth, and by living by them. Because your father said this to you, because your mother said this to you, because your father said this to you, because your mother said this to you, you start believing that. They are not God. They may be your parents, but they are not God. They didn't create you. They gave you birth. It is different. So you have to understand that other people's opinion, or what other people think about you, is just an opinion. And the last thing is that learn to make the difference between rejection and being not interested. People make the confusion between someone saying no to their product, or no to their ideas, or no to their dream, or no to their vision, and people who say no to them. Most of the time, when somebody says no to you, it's not personal. People procrastinate because they don't want to hear people say to them no, because they confuse being not interested in your idea, in your product, in your service, in your project, in your vision, and not wanting you. These two are different, and you have to learn the difference, and you have to make peace with the fact that your dream is not for everyone. Who told you that people, all those you will be encounter, or all those you will meet, will have to love your idea, love your dream, love your vision? Your vision is not for everyone. And in fact, you will be hearing more no's than yeses, because your vision is not for the world. It's for you and a group of people who are prepared for that. So make peace with that. That people will say no, not to you, but to your dream, because they have another dream. They will say no to your vision because they have another vision. They will say no to your product because they are using another product. They will say no to your service because your service doesn't solve their problem. There is nothing wrong with that. But many of us, we are making confusion. We think that when somebody says no to our product, he's saying no to us. We can still be friends even if you don't buy my product. We can still working together even if you don't buy my service, even if you are not involved in my vision, in my community. That is good. We can be friends when we have different problems, different visions. So don't make these confusions. These were the 7 things I wanted you to pay attention. First of all, read great books, listen great audios, watch great videos, Practice positive self-talks or positive affirmation. Practice gratitude. Learn the skill, because the more you learn the skill, the more you improve your proficiency, the more you will achieve great results, and the more it will affect your self-esteem and your self-image, and you will not be a procrastinator anymore. After that, change your perception about failure. Sixth, understand that what people think is just an opinion. And last, don't make the confusion between people rejecting you and people not being interested in what you are offering. These are the 7 things I wanted to share with you, because I want you to win. I want you to make a great impact. I want you to lead a successful life. And that is the purpose of this platform, of this podcast, of this Facebook page, of this YouTube channel. And I hope you've got so much value from this. It was a pleasure for me to be here with you. Like this video, share this podcast with people you know. We want to touch many people, and I count on you. I depend on you for that. Help me spread the word. Like this video, subscribe to my page, Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to this podcast, spread the word, share with your people, share with people you know may need this kind of content. And it was a pleasure for me. As I usually say, it was Zoe from Cameroon, and I wish you success.